Welcome to this edition of Inside SAU Athletics. I'm Cole Negen.
And I'm Alex Stepinski. On this week's episode, we're featuring the women's basketball team and previewing their upcoming season.
It was a lesson in resilience last season for the Fighting Bees. After a late season coaching change, SAU managed to qualify for the postseason, but stumbled down the stretch, losing their final 5 games. The positive for the Bees, they returned multiple starters from a team that won 16 games. There's also a renewed excitement surrounding the program with the hire of new head coach Zack Exume. Lily Reed takes us to Lee Lohman Arena to go inside a preseason practice with the Bees.
No, she might say something.
I gotta keep my words nice. Nice and clean.
There's a new voice in Lee Lohman Arena, but the expectations are the same. For Coach Exume, it starts with the basics.
Well, everything right now is just a matter of installing our principles and just improving upon that day after day. Right?
Installing a new playbook while coach and players work together to keep improving.
I especially love adding in the new offense, the new defense, seeing the questions that they ask, asking them the why behind everything that I teach, and so far it's been fantastic. Right, so act like you're sliding. Let me make the pass. Here we go.
Coach Exume, or Coach X as he likes to be called, isn't the only one looking forward to this season.
I'm most looking forward to getting to know my new teammates and seeing how everyone plays, how everyone has their own different style, and then seeing it all mesh together when we play on the court.
The Bees returned several contributors from last year's team. They are now hoping to turn that experience into more success.
And so last year I was allowed to make those mistakes, and it was a big learning year for me. And so this year now I can take that experience from freshman year and use it this year so I know what to expect.
The Bees are now preparing in order to compete for a conference title at the end of the season. For Inside SAU Athletics, I'm Lily Reed.
Thanks, Lily. Joining us now is sophomore guard Caitlyn Th. Thanks for being with us today. You've been practicing for a few weeks now. Describe Coach X and his coaching style.
Yeah, it's really different than what we did last year, but it's different, like good. It's a lot more up-tempo, which fits our team this year a lot better because we're pretty small, but it's been working out pretty well within the scrimmages that we've had so far.
You logged a lot of minutes as a freshman. How much different is it preparing for your sophomore year compared to last season?
I wouldn't say it's too much different just because it's another adjusting year having a new coach. The big difference, though, would just probably be we had a lot of veterans last year that were on the team, and we are a pretty young team this year, so I kind of had to prepare myself to step up and be a leader a little bit more this year.
Yeah. What are some things you're focused on now to make sure the team continues to improve?
Yeah. A big thing we have been focused on is just like team dynamic and the connection throughout the team, which Coach X has really helped with. And with all of us being pretty new, and we've had the returners have really like helped join the new people in pretty well.
Yeah. And finally, what is something you like about this team? On or off the court, what would you say the personality of the team is?
Yeah. We really kind of hit it off right from the beginning, all of us together. We're a pretty fun group, pretty crazy at sometimes, but we're dedicated to the sport, and you can kind of tell that within each practice and the scrimmages that we've had.
Thanks again for being here, Caitlyn, and good luck this season.
Thank you.
Coming up next on Inside SAU Athletics, Alex will sit down with the newest Fighting Bee head coach, Zack Exume. We'll be right back.
Their third straight trip to the national tournament for the 92-47 crowning of the College of St. Francis. Robin Becker led the Queen Bees with 27 points. This victory raises the Queen Bees record to 34-1. The third time could be a charm for Lisa Bluter's squad. This year's team has something the last 2 Queen Bee tournament teams haven't had.
I go into this tournament, though, feeling probably more confident than I have the last 3 tournaments. I feel, the experience that we've had the last 2 years playing down there is definitely going to be a big plus for us because we know we can play with the people down there. We're going to go in there as the 4th-ranked team in the nation, and we have really something to prove to get by that second round that we've never been able to do so far. Something we've been doing well all year long is rebounding. We lead the nation in rebounding, and considering we really only have 1 starter over 6 foot, that's pretty good. I mean, that's really working hard to get the defensive position and to box out. I think this is really going to be a boost to our confidence because I think the girls respected Central State. And they know that they can play, they can beat a Central State. I think right now they've got to feel that they can play with anybody.
Welcome back. Joining us now is new women's basketball head coach Zack Exume. Thank you for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
As you worked your way through the preseason practices, what have you seen that excites you about this roster?
Well, I would say the chemistry on the team has been fantastic. Of course, I've had some returners come back from the team from last year, so there was some familiarity there. But they've also done a great job of making the freshmen and the transfers feel welcome, which has been great, and that's translated to a team that has a lot of potential on the court. Right, so whenever we go over things, they want to help each other get better. They want to improve as a team, and seeing a team that has that thirst and hunger together lets me know that the sky's the limit for them.
You returned several players that saw a lot of minutes last season. How does that experience help you in your first season here?
Well, it's great because they have familiarity with a lot of the teams that we're going to play this year, right? Starting off with conference teams that we see on a regular basis. They've already seen them before, and even some of the teams outside of the conference, like Clark or the College of the Ozarks, they've seen them as well. So having that familiarity helps. So even when I go over the game plans, they're able to see the differences between last year and this year. But they're also able to, again, help those freshmen and transfers get more of a clear understanding to the types of teams that we'll face this season.
What kind of team can fans expect to see on the court this season?
That's a great question. With regards to the type of team that they'll see, it's going to be a team that plays with a lot of energy, gets up and down the court at a pretty up-tempo pace. So, the best thing that I always tell them is I want to get the best quality shot as quickly as possible. And if it's not their team that's disciplined to be able to go through several options that we have within our principles. Defensively, a team that communicates, that's going to scrap and fight for every rebound so that we can get back to the offensive end. But most importantly, a team that has a lot of energy, right? As I told them, I want them to have fun. That's a big part of our culture within our program. So seeing that on the bench, seeing that with the team on the floor, I want them to be able to see a group of young ladies who are thoroughly enjoying the experience.
This is a program that consistently produces a winning product. What's the key to keeping it at that level?
To be honest, not thinking about that. Every team goes through their own journey every season. They go through their own experience. Even if it's a team with the same coach and returners, they're still going to have a different story from one year or one season to the next. So the thing that I always preach to my team is to just focus on improving each and every day, right? If we just improve a little bit every day, we're going to be the best team that we can possibly be by the end of the season. And that's what I'm really looking towards. Again, I'm in year one, right? So a lot of the things are new to them as far as drills, as far as offensive, defensive concepts, and all those little things. So I just want them to focus on getting better. So then as the year progresses, we'll be the best team we can be without them thinking about some of the previous history. Because there's been a lot of rich tradition here that goes along with winning. So if they're not focused on that, they're just focused on the team getting better, I think we'll be able to reach our potential.
Well, thanks again for being here, Coach, and good luck this season.
Thank you.
The Fighting Bees will open their season on November 1st at home against Clark University. Tip-off from Lee Loman Arena will be at 7 o'clock.
That's all we have for you on this edition of Inside SAU Athletics.
Remember to check out the SAU TV Facebook and Instagram pages for our latest episodes, game highlights, interviews, and more. You can also find them at The Hive at SAUthebuzz.com. Thanks for watching.